Mr. Scottie Pippen. Thoughts, Pip?
It's going to take them a couple more years to catch me. I think the Pacers may take them out.
See how he turned there? See how he turned?
This man is just breaking all the records.
But it's nice seeing this whole video, though. I love this. I seriously, they cannot roll these clips enough of the 90s Bulls. I'm sorry, they just can't. All right, make football. Watch Kyle Lowry and Kelly Oubre. Lots of contact. Both tackle each other. No call. What do you guys think? Larry has legit beef here?
Nah, just a little mix-up. That's all that was.
Mix up.
I don't think Kyle complained until he realized that they missed the shot.
Look at what's going on over there.
Accidental contact. I don't think that's anything.
This was actually a pretty good game last night, and I think a lot of people missed it because the Cavs-Pacers game got good at the end as well, but it was tight there for a while. All right, Miss Pleasantries. Jamal Crawford trapped his former teammate Chris Paul last night, and then, you know, CP3 gave him a little gotcha grin when he was on the floor, and then Jamal let goes over him. I don't know which part we're getting to.
What are we watching right now?
So this is
Clint Capella highlights? What is going on here?
All right. Let me just say, CP3 got under Jamal Crawford's skin.
Yeah.
All right, make efficiency. Here's
Oh,
Clint
there we
Capella.
go.
Yeah, 26 and 15 last night, went 12 of 14 from the field. Is this a big three in Houston, legit? Or is it still
This is the Jamal Crawford and CP mix-up right here. I thought they was boys.
Oh, here, right? Yeah.
And he stood over him.
CP just
That's a good way to put it.
Right? What do you think? Did the Wolves meet expectations?
he improved his bank account.
He certainly did.
Sure.
Sign that, Max. Did they meet expectations?
I don't think they met expectations. However, you know, this was a move in the right direction after having this playoff drought. They made the playoffs, but I look at this team in the playoffs, and there was no fight.
Small move.
There was no fight. The body language. Look at Wiggins' body language. His body language throughout this series was terrible, man. And I just thought with his athleticism, with the gift that he has, he would have been more of a factor in this series, and he just wasn't. Cat shell-shocked in the first couple games, but he started to come out of that shell. There was just no fight.
Yeah, I just didn't see the fire out of the younger players. You know, Jimmy Butler, he's a veteran, playing with a bit of an injury. But Wiggins, I didn't see the fire. I didn't see the energy. I didn't see the rise from the regular season to playoff. Even, you know, we talk about Taj Gibson. Those guys came in big contributors, but the young players, Towns even, I mean, he turned out to have a great series, but it was about the impact that he had on the series. I didn't think it was that big.
Okay, but let me play devil's advocate here for a minute, because they were the number 8 seed, right? They had to fight just to get in there. And then you have to face the Houston Rockets, who are supposed to beat you in 5 games. And by the way, they pour in that 50-point third quarter the other night.
That's not true.
You don't feel that just because they didn't put up quite as much of a fight against the number 1 seed?
Well, let me ask you this. If Jimmy Butler never gets hurt, they're not an 8th seed. They are probably a 4th seed.
Yeah.
You understand? Like, so that's not
maybe they're not an 8 seed, but maybe they're.
Well, I think running against the Rockets really wasn't the right test that they needed for the first round, but it didn't look like they could beat any team in the West in the first round based on the way that they played.
Honestly,
the lackadaisical play and the
I would have rather seen
the
Denver.
Nuggets.
Yeah.
All right, I want to get to the Steph Curry news, because Warriors GM Bob Myers was asked on a radio spot today, 95.7 The Game, is it conceivable that we could see Curry play in Game 1 against the Pelicans? You expected Bob Myers to brush this off. He did not brush this off. He said it's conceivable if he can practice, if he doesn't have any setbacks. But if there's any notion of having issues, then he wouldn't go Saturday. That's pretty different from what we heard. Do you expect Steph Curry to push to be in that Game 1?
Yes, I expect Steph Curry to play. I mean, you look at Joe Embiid, he was trying to impose his will
Right.
to get out on the basketball court. And Steph Curry the same way. I mean, this is a playoff. You know that there's no tomorrow. Every game that you lose, you can fall behind. So Steph Curry definitely don't want to use the Houston Rockets just in case they beat them in the finals as a tune-up. He has to get on the basketball court and start to play, start to build that chemistry back with his teammates, and, you know, start to show that he's healthy.
Yeah, well, for Steph, I just, you know, when he does come back, I'm just hoping he comes back 100%. You know, I don't want it to be that he's, you know, 75, 80%, and then, you know, we got to put an asterisk on whoever wins this championship. I want everybody to be healthy, you know, especially when they face, if they could get past New Orleans and face the Houston Rockets, if they get past who they playing in the next round. Like, that's going to be a series I think we're going to talk about for a long time.
And I think we all know that whoever wins the West is probably going to be the team that wins the championship.
So you want to see a full teams play. All right, the Thunder extending their season thanks to a 25-point comeback. Much of it was with Melo on the bench. We're going to talk about all of this and why it's a huge deal for OKC moving forward. Stick around.
What makes a great custom suit? Fabrics